back, sparks, fire, and baling wire. As I stated in the last video, this one I was going to try and concentrate on getting this radiator done. I got up early this morning. I got a couple hours to kill before it gets light out, so I'm going to try and get this done quick. Let's start by taking wire brush and getting this good and clean. Get all the dirt and gunk off of there. Do the same thing here. And we'll flux it up and try and solder it. I got that cleaned up, but this is very uneven here. So I'm going to try and tap that back down. See if I can get it a little flatter. I'm going to go ahead and get it coated good with some tinning flux. Okay, that should be good prep for the job. Now I just need to find something to hold it in place and start soldering. Looks like that's going to hold it down pretty good. I'm going to try doing this with just a handheld propane torch. That's just brass and it's pretty thin. I think oxyacetylene would be a little too hot for it. So we'll try it with this and see how it goes. It's got regular propane. If this don't get hot enough, I'll have to get a tank of that MAP gas. That's kind of an in-between of the oxyacetylene and this. That looks like it took real well. You should be able to see it draw the solder into the joint, which I did. That almost went too easy. I'll let it cool down and try and see what went wrong. Okay, it should be set by now. That really looks good. Try and get you in for a closer up shot of that. If I'm doing more harm or good there with my flashlight. Camera doesn't want to see to really focus on it that much. But it drew the solder in all the way around. Well, pressure test will be the true test of that, see if it worked or not. If it did, that's going to be phenomenal. All I did was clean it up with a wire brush, put some tinning flux on it, propane torch, a little bit of solder. Didn't even take 5 minutes. Now, granted, the radiator shop never actually seen it. I just kind of described what my situation was, and I was quoted a price of $300 to repair this. So even if you had to go buy the torch, solder, and paste, you still wouldn't have 30 bucks in this, doing it yourself. But like I said, the real test is going to be when you get antifreeze in it and the engine gets up temperature and it's pressurized. We'll see. Well, since the radiator went so well, try and continue my streak of luck here. Get these cracks welded up on the grill shell. Start with this one. Here's the first one taken care of. Get that ground down. And now I'm going to tackle these stress cracks on the corners. Okay, nice and flat there. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Get the weld ground down, do the next one. Okay, now I'm ready to put this center T-bar back in. The bottom has this dimple, so it's pretty easy to center up, but the top, I need to find center on that. Just trying to figure out how to do it because it's curved, so I can't just measure across here somewhere. What I came up with, I got this flexible tape. Just measure it around this way. I came up with a 27 inches to the center. I'll go ahead and mark that, and then I'll double check it from the other side. And it is. I shouldn't say it's 27, it's 17 because I started at the 10-inch mark because I wanted to make sure I was consistent. Anyway, that's marked now. Okay, that's clamped in place. Everything looks good. I think we'll go ahead and get it tacked in there. Looks good. Ready for the grill inserts now. These screens have got double curvature, so it's quite a bit more curved here than it is at the bottom. So I'm thinking I'll just have to push them down, get a tack there, tack at the bottom, and just slowly work my way out. But I don't think I'm going to be able to video it because it's going to be kind of difficult to do. I'm not really going to be able to get a good camera angle on it. So I'll get those tacked in there. The originals just had a tack every couple inches all the way around. So I'm sure that'll be good enough. So I'll get that done and show you the finished product. Okay, I got that welded in. Wasn't terrible, but certainly wasn't fun either, especially in these corners. I had to take the handle of a hammer and press down on it while I was tacking it to get it to fit the form. But I think it turned out pretty good. Alright, get sanded down the rest of the way. Just skim coat of filler on there. Should be ready for primer and paint then. I got a little filler out here, get some hardener on it. Get that mixed up good. As you can tell, I'm not a professional body man. Not even close. Just got to mix it till you get a good consistent color. You have to be careful. The more hardener you put in it, the less working time you get with it. On the other hand, not enough hardener, and it'll never cure right either. That looks pretty consistent. We'll start smearing it on. Kind of hard to do on all these compound surfaces. But most of it will get sanded back off. You obviously want to get it as thin as possible. There's not much less sanding to do later. Might take 2 applications. We'll let it cure out and start sanding on it, see what it looks like. Okay, the body filler cured. I rough sanded it with 40 grit on DA, which isn't fun on that contour, but got a lot of the ridges and stuff knocked down. Then I started working on it with I'm working with 220 grit right now, hand sanding it. Ideally I should be using a flex block on here, but I don't have any, so I'm doing it this way. I got the radiator painted up. I just used a can of black chassis paint, rattle canned it. It's not that great, but you really can't hardly see the radiator anyway. You really have to get your head in there and try and look at it to see it. But it's painted up. Next episode, get it installed and probably start getting wired up, ready to fire it up. I know a lot of you have been waiting for that video. I can't wait to see it myself. So tune in next time. Check you later.